the wiper cap, and then we are demonstrating that Hassan people wametuibia kura waende, and then we are outside the university towers on University Way, tunapigwa tear gas. If you didn't know, if you didn't know what happened that particular day, we have fought, and we can't afford. We must get killed. I didn't know that Raila could fit into the driver's seat. Hapo alikuwa gari yake imepotea, akaingia kwa ya Orengo, natafuta Weta simpati, tukapotea, and we used to end up eating kwa mama samaki on Kilimani, and tunajipanguza machozi, tear gas. William Ruto anaenda huko Kambani akasema, the last time I saw a former vice president, he was sitting on the tarmac. It's time now to sit on the tarmac. Tukiendelea namna hii, pia yeye akule dust kidogo. And this is for the good of this nation. I believe it strongly. So when I talked of Weta, he talked of this is going to be murky, a divorce. He was describing a divorce between Ford Kenya and ODM, because he had been dispossessed of the position of the deputy minority leader, of the minority leader in the Senate. Maybe he actually accomplished that. He was very, very, very noisy about it. So we are going to do things differently within whatever remains of Azimio. We recognize, of course, that DAP has pulled out. You took a resolution, we respect it. We know that Mother Karua's NAC Kenya pulled out and gave notice. We respect that. That does not necessarily mean we are not going to get together again. It could be a strategy, because we saw our sister mother and our brother Rigiji up there, a very cold area in the mountain. We must continue to do things. We must do this thing differently. In fact, sometimes you do so, our sister Kate, to confuse them, because you know we're announcing every step. My friend Eugene, let's not announce everything to these people. We have to be strategic. Wacha tuwakamatie chini. Sina mna hiyo? Wangapi wanasema tuwakamatie chini? That is my advice today. Yesterday I advised Sifuna, Secretary General of ODM. Salasi, I'm sorry I annoyed you that you said bado tunaongea nawa. Sifuna was talking beautiful language. Beautiful language. Says if you abandon the people, Mimi Sifuna was talking like us. Ata abandon wananchi. And this is a constituency, these are his constituents. Our sister Bosibori was hosting us there in Ndagoreti North. And so, I advise that we do not give William Ruto the excuse to delay formation of IEBC. I'm happy that he has already gazetted the names, and as we speak, out of the 9, I think 7 have already been sworn in by the Chief Justice. And I say, because another young lawyer viciously argued, Jeru Degwa, you cannot allow Professor Olo Adams, he's in the advisory team of William Ruto, and therefore this is another. And I realized, because Wiper was unfairly blamed for delaying the process. Now the truth is known. It was not us. It was William Ruto, through instructions given to a judge in Kiambu, who has vacated our own situation, dismissed the application, and therefore paving the way for the selection panel to be put in place. So now I say, Professor Lo Adams, because he went in as Azimio, and Dr. Kokemoli as Azimio, right? As of today, therefore, the whole thing about the categorization of those leaders or those members of IBC selection panel are based on that structure. Now, we can, going forward, choose to dismantle the structure. And I think Philip Kisia, who is the executive director of Azimio, whatever remains, because we have Billy still holding on, we have Wiper holding on, we have Kano. Remember that we had One Kenya Alliance, and I think we were with you by that time. One Kenya Alliance. So some of these things, I'm just saying, we must be strategic so that we do not make it obvious. Indeed, it's going to become, let it come up and hit. Remember, there were people, Kenyans also, on social media, who are determined to get the new team going forward. And I saw myself invited to Limuru 4 conference. Limuru 4 kufanyika. But I know the urge by Kenyans, they want us to get together, drive out this situation. Senator Richard Onyanka, I really agree with you. I can't agree with you. If it's a leader who has been reborn, in my view, and speaking the language of the young Kenyans, and not afraid of anything, it is Senator Richard Onyanka. So, what you have told us here is like a tip of the iceberg. I think I want to agree with Malala. When I met Malala today, we laughed. I remember the last time, this man is able to organize tremendous. He organized a big rally for Matungu, remember? We were campaigning for a candidate, One Kenya, Namalindo. Big organization. So I wondered what happened. I still want to ask a few questions. What happened? And therefore today, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you what is happening now is the real thing. You know, I took a position before tafuta kazi ingine, mwambie Zakaya kupatie ambassadorio uame Kenya hii. Because if there will be an election, the other reason they are delaying this whole thing about IBC is because they know now under the constitution you can recall some of those MPs. Wanaogopa hiyo kama kitu ingine. And I want to prepare our people. Now that IBC is there, tafadhali, mujiandae hawa watu wawe recalled. Because they have acted unjustly. They have supported corruption. They have, above all else, stood for a government that abducts its own citizens. And I want to post it here. My academic brother, Tony, I want you to argue with me when we leave this place. My argument is abduction is worse than detention. At least wakati wa detention ulikuwa na kitu inakuwa sign, unaweka mahali. Abduction, it is something terrible. It's a crime against humanity. Therefore, Cleophas Malala, I agree with you. Are we going to wait tunaimba kuwa 2027, 2027? Ukutafikika jameni namna hii with people abducting Kenyans. Mama mzee Joki complaining about SHA. Trying actually to advise them this thing is not working. You send 20 policemen to abduct a Kenyan mother against all known humanitarian and international statutes relating to the freedom of a person. In other words, this administration, Ruto, has overthrown the constitution. So how can you live with a government and unaamini 2027, which has already overthrown the constitution? That is the problem I have, Tony. I have that problem. Let me now tell you this. Even as IBC selection panel ameanza kazi yao, do you know that the secretariat of IEBC, led by somebody, Marjan, I don't know the name, Marjan or somebody, is getting instructions from the former Commissioner Molu, who is Ruto's advisor in State House. Now, let me get that document again. They have already put a tender to procure for the next 3 years without an IBC commission in place. It's already on their website. Yeah, some of it is closing time at 1 o'clock on the 29th January 2025. They're already in a hurry. And it's like this is a test case. If we don't stop them now, we are telling IBC Secretariat, you will not move one step. We will come for you if you try to do this. You must wait for a properly constituted IEBC. That is where Azimio lost it, by the way. Remember, they procured a printing farm in Greece. By the time kina Uhuru na hao wengine walileta the extra 4, remember the Cherera 4, they were there, hawajui what is happening. Things had already happened. They had procured materials in advance of these people arriving. So this time, we cannot afford, in my view, to allow these people any space to manipulate, to steal, to mess up with 2027. That's why some of them are saying they know how to manufacture presidents in excess of 24 years. And they also know, they even say blindly, I mean boldly, that they will